I just know that I want to be part of this experience and this experiment. So for me, I want to be able to move into that apartment for that experience. And
hey guys, and welcome to Little Blackbird 91. We're giving you 2 second video out of 5. We're talking about Alyssa staying for the experience, not the marriage. She's here for the house and the friends, not the marriage. Let's discuss a little bit about the reasons why she decided to stay for the marriage, not, and staying for the house and staying for the experience as the show goes on. If you're new to the channel, do me a favor, like it, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notifications of the uploads. And for those of you who are returning, you already know what it is, baby. You got the middle rows. You got the middle rows. Stay hydrated because the streets out there are hot. All right, let's talk about Alyssa on this particular episode. But before we do, let me get the intro going, baby.
Little Blackbird, you know what time it is.
Yes, we're talking to you about Alyssa and her behavior on the show with Chris. I want to bring up this particular clip because it was such an amazing thing. And I want you to listen very, very carefully because we're going to break down language, okay? That's one of my favorite things to do. Break down what people are actually saying when they're saying something, all right? Now, when we communicate with people, verbal communication is roughly around about, they normally say is less than half of the actual communication that we actually have. Majority of our communication usually is in the non-verbals, right? But just in what somebody is saying, you can take a lot from the language, okay? And if it doesn't match up with the behaviors we've seen, then you can start to make deductions and conclusions, okay? So let's listen again. I want you to listen to what she actually says and what words she uses, because personal pronouns like I are so important. When someone's feeling you, when someone has a team mindset, they say we, they say us. When somebody's got a very selfish mindset, they say I, because it is about them. And the Bible lets us know that what comes out your mouth is coming from your heart. You see, and so whenever people speak, a lot of times, there's a leakage in their tongue because what you really feel in your heart comes out in what you said. So let's listen to what she said, and I'll stop it and let you guys see what I'm saying.
Best solution for us.
well, it's not about it being the best solution. I just know that I want to be part of this experience and this experiment.
Pause. I want you to just pause there because there was a few words that were used. I want to be a part of this experience, and I want to be a part of this experiment. Those 4 words or 3 words, I, experiment, and experience, have nothing to do with the marriage. We are in this, and the context is very important. The context of this conversation revolves around the fact that we're in a situation where I've asked you a question earlier on. What do you want to do? Are you going to give 100% in this or nah? And you've chosen and said, I'm not going to answer that question here, which it wasn't a very difficult question. And she should have answered it in front of everybody because she should know what she wants to do. If you don't want to do it, let the boy go. So that's why I have a problem with Jasmine and Katina backing her up in that moment. Like, you don't have to answer if you don't want to. No, shut up. You need to answer that question. You need to answer that question. But anyway, that's another video. Bad friends enable stuff. This is why bad comedy corrects good morals. And sometimes people don't have wisdom. Anyway, back onto this particular part. What she said was, I experience, experiment. They have nothing to do with wanting to have marriage with this gentleman in front of her. That's a clear indication where her mind is at, where her heart is at, where her head's at. Let's go back a little bit more and we'll just replay it again, okay? We'll just replay it so you guys get it. Let's go again.
Best solution for us.
Well, it's not about it being the best solution. I just know that I want to be part of this experience and this experiment. So for me, I want to be able to move into that apartment for that experience.
So her whole thing is, I want to move into that apartment because that's also part of the context of the conversation. I want to move into that apartment because I want to have that experience. What experience you want to have? The show is called Married at First Sight. Not Single on Sight, okay? It's not House on Sight. It's Married at First Sight, where you get married And you have to go through this process. If you don't want to be married to him anymore, you don't like him anymore, go home. Quit the process. Like I said, you don't have to continue filming, right? I mean, you don't have to continue filming as a couple, right? You can still film solo. You can still film on your own. But you're trying to not look bad. You're trying to force his hand to exit from you so you don't look bad because you're so concerned about your image of being a good person, but that's not what's getting you to look like a bad person. It's actually your characteristics, your character, your way of dealing with the situation, the language you use, the way you talk to him, the insults on the side, the backbiting behind on camera, off camera. Those are the things that people are seeing you as a bad person, right? At the end of the day, your behavior is despicable. It's unhonorable. It's disgusting. But it's selfish. And that's the key component of her behavior. It's so low focus. It's I, and I. You see, somebody who's selfish will find that in the word team, there's no I. But there is a me. Yep, the me is there. So you'll find it because it's about you. It's not about a team. It's about you and what you particularly want. And in a relationship, it's about we. Not I. And unfortunately, we've not seen a we in her approach. Let's listen a bit more.
And to participate with the group. And I think that experience is very important for both of us.
Now, do you see what she did there? Very, very clever manipulation. And it comes from, again, the heart is speaking before the mind is speaking. You see, the heart is speaking before the mind is speaking. She said very, very clearly, I want to be able to move into this house because I think it will be great experience with the girls, okay? And I think it will be a great experience for us. Hold on a minute. Where is the me and you in there? Not once did she mention me and you in the scenario. Alyssa isn't staying. And she's not even staying for the girls either. It's not for the girls. Bebe, it's not even for the girls. It's for you. It's for you. Ain't about the girls, right? But let's take her example. It's for the girl she wants to stay, right? And have time on this experiment. But part of the experiment is also getting to know your husband, which you're cock blocking. So you ain't even really in the experiment. You're just here for the girls. But you told us earlier on, you didn't come necessarily for the girls. You came to find your husband. You're no longer looking for your husband, so why are you on the show? More than likely, because you get your 15 minutes of fame. You get to put in front of a camera. You get to have a free holiday. You get chill time. You get paid. So sis out here has ulterior motives for why she wants to stay, and it is I, not we. Let's just go back a little bit further.
Participate with the group. And I think that experience is very important for both of us.
Now, do you hear how she ended the thing? She spoke about I all the way through, and then said, I think that experience is important for the both of us. Tried to bring us all in. No, darling, I wasn't involved in that, because that's not what I'm trying to have. That's not the experience I want. I do not want to be here for the friends. You do. So how have you gone from I to now us? Because she's now trying to rope you in to make it our idea. It's manipulation. It's trying to rope you in to make it an our idea after just telling you, I want this, I want that, I want this. And then in order to bring you into the idea, but we want that idea, right? That's why she also blindsided him at the table by saying, a great idea I think would be, you have it for 1 month, I'll have it for 1 month. Baby, we're here for marriage. We're not here to do Airbnb. We're not here for a holiday, and we're not here for you to have a bit of fun with the girls on a girls trip. You're here to be married. You're here to be married. So why would we want it for 1 month on, 1 month off? Which is why when he challenges her, she feels some type of way because she gets called out, right? She gets called out on the nonsense and the shenanigans. Okay, she's here for the house, not for Chris. Okay, she's here for the experience, not for Chris. She's here for the fame, not for Chris. Here for screen time, not for Chris. Right? Let's even look. If you think I'm playing around, look what he says after.
I am either in this to be married for the rest of my life, or I am out.
In the last couple of days, Alyssa is starting to use the word experience.
And as you notice, he's noticed the last couple of days, Alyssa's been using the word experience, right? Because that's what it is for her. She's not here for the marriage. She's not here for the marriage. She's here for the experience. And the problem is, this show, as the seasons go on, we're now in 14th season, there are going to be so many people who want to come on the show for ulterior motives, right? A lot of people are not here for a relationship or marriage. They're here for TV. They're here for fame. They're here for clout. They're here for their opportunity where people can say, I know you. They just want to feel their egos. They want to be validated. And thus, we have a situation where she's being dishonest, disingenuine, and her reasons for why she wants to stay in the house are problematic and stupid. Because really and truly, I want to stay in the house because it'll be a great experience for us. How? What is the experience when we came here for marriage? Do you see what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave it there. Nice, short, and sweet, man. Look, we're gonna deal with another part that they spoke about. Chris finally asked some questions, put her on the hot seat. We're gonna show you 4 questions that he asked that made Alyssa rethink her whole entire life. Like it, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of uploads. We appreciate you guys. Locked, stay loaded, stay hydrated, because them streets out there, they hot.
Young black, you know what time it is.